Hello guys, welcome to Maps and Locations YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about Newberry and Prosperity and the relationship between them. Two towns and a lot of countryside. At first glance, the map looks simple. Two clusters of streets sit inside a much larger pink landscape. That color tells an important story. Most of the area here is rural land and not dense city blocks. In other words, this map is really about space between places, not just the places themselves. The urban islands. Look closely at the two dense clusters of streets. One cluster forms the town of Newberry, the other forms Prosperity, a smaller community to the southeast. From above, they look almost like islands surrounded by countryside. This pattern is common in agricultural regions. Towns grow where roads meet, where trade happens, and where services concentrate. Outside those centers, the landscape spreads into farms, forests, and open land. Maps often show cities as dominant shapes. Here, the countryside clearly dominates. Roads, the threads that tie it together. Between the two towns, long straight roads stretch across the map. These roads connect communities, farms, and small settlements. They allow people to move between town centers for work, shopping, and school. One of the main routes passing through the region is South Carolina Highway 34, which links several towns across the Midlands. Highways like this are modern versions of much older paths. Many began as wagon routes used by farmers bringing crops to town markets. The roads may be paved now, but their paths often follow centuries old travel patterns. Newberry, the regional hub. Among the two towns on this map, Newberry is the larger and more developed. It serves as the administrative and commercial center of Newberry County. Government offices, businesses, schools, and cultural institutions cluster here. Because of that role, Newberry has a denser street network and more connections to surrounding highways. When you see a larger street cluster on a regional map, it usually means one place acts as the hub for nearby communities. Prosperity, a smaller but historic town. Further southeast sits Prosperity. Despite its smaller size, Prosperity has deep historical roots. The town grew during the late 19th century when railroads expanded across South Carolina. Rail lines helped farmers ship cotton and other goods to larger markets. Small towns like Prosperity developed along those transportation routes. Many of the street patterns in Prosperity still reflect that early railroad era layout. The pink landscape, rural South Carolina. The wide pink areas across the map represent rural land. This region of South Carolina has long been shaped by agriculture. Cotton once dominated the economy, especially before the 20th century. Later, farming diversified and timber production became more important. Rural landscapes like this often contain scattered homes, small roads, and farms spread across large distances. Maps simplify these areas because drawing every farm lane would overwhelm the page. Streams, creeks, and hidden geography. Although the map focuses on roads and towns, small blue lines hint at streams and creeks flowing through the countryside. Waterways played a major role in early settlement patterns. Towns often formed near reliable water sources, and nearly early roads frequently followed ridges between creek valleys. Even if modern map emphasizes highways, the underlying geography still influences where those roads go. A landscape of connections. What this map really shows is not just two towns, it shows a network of relationships. Farmers travel to town to sell goods or buy supplies. Residents commute between communities for work. Students attend schools in nearby towns. Families move along the same roads every day. The spaces between Newberry and Prosperity are just as important as the towns themselves. Closing thoughts. A map of quiet geography. Some maps highlight famous cities or dramatic landscapes. This one highlights something quieter. It shows how small towns anchor rural regions, how highways connect communities, and how much land lies between the places where people gather. Newberry and Prosperity may be modest towns, but together they form the center of a much larger landscape. And the map reminds us that geography is often about relationships, not just locations. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you stuck till now, do like, share, and subscribe. And if you want a custom map developed just like this one or even a better one, do reach out to mapsandlocations.com and we'll help you craft the perfect map for your needs. Thank you once again and look out for the next one.